Welcome. I'm Peggy. Thank you for letting us share a part of your day. And I've looked forward to the visit I'm going to have with Dr. Roger Rhoades. Now, Dr. Rhoades is a family therapist, and he's going to talk today about kids, parents, and schools. And welcome. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, I know. It's a huge subject, Peggy, and it's a powerful subject.
All right, who controls your children? Is it the
Yes.
television? You know, where does the parent fit in today? And are many parents just too busy, too involved? Sometimes, bless their hearts, they're working 2 jobs and they still have a family. It isn't all, it's always to say, oh, you don't do this.
Yeah.
Many times they're on overload.
Oh, without a doubt.
And it is hard.
It is very hard, man. 2 things that I was lied to about when I was younger, and that was marriage and parenting. People said, get married, all you got to do is say, will you? And if they say, I do, done. And raise a kid, have a kid, you can raise a kid. What 2 huge lies. It is very, very hard to be married. It is very, very hard to raise kids. And we need to support parents and encourage parents and put their feet to the fire. Be involved. I am amazed, Peggy, at how many parents you go up and ask them, what kind of diapers does your child wear? And they'll tell you, oh, they wear this brand, and we wear them because it has this type of absorbency, and it has this pattern, and it does this, and it does that, and they know, a whole book about a diaper. But if you ask a 6th grader parent about their kid, they can't even pass the test.
Well, Roger, why is that?
It's because we've gotten that mindset that school teaching is a form of parenting, that school teachers are kind of like junior parents. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop our child off on the bus or at school, and that teacher and that school system is going to raise our children just the way we expect them to be raised. And that is not true. It's important, well, it's just indispensable for parents not to have a hands-on relationship with their child throughout their child's life. You're going to be a parent until you die or they die. You don't stop being a parent. I mean, Peggy, come on now. You got grown kids. You still parent.
I'm a grandmother, and I love being a grandparent.
And I'm sure you parent your grandkids, but you parent your kids too.
I treasure every minute I can spend with them.
Yes, and when have your children stop needing instruction? Stop needing clarity. And I'm going to tell you, until the day they die, they're going to need help. And they're going to need help from you. And advice they would take from literally nobody, they'll take from you. But if you aren't involved, and there's always funny too, something I say, is like with even drugs and alcohol. I have no involvement in my kid's life. They get in trouble with the law or at school for drugs, and I walk in and I go, how dare you? How could you do this to our family? How could you be involved? Again, I have no relationship. A relationship is hands-on. You got to show up. You got to be involved. And I know, and we've talked about this a lot, Peggy, work, other activities, church, everything is pulling on us, pulling on our time, pulling on our energy. And you've got to set a boundary and say, no. The first thing, I'm going to get a day timer, and the first thing I'm going to put in that day timer is be with my child. Know my child, ask my child about their life. I should, throughout every year of my child's life, be able to take a test on them and score 100. I should be able to do that. But we don't. The last time we know, oh, I know they wear this type of diaper. Well, yeah, that was 10 years ago. What about today? Who's their best friend? Who is the parent of their best friend? What do they do in their spare time? You see, we're not asking important questions, and the reason for that, Peggy, is we have no relationship with our children. You know, we're not checking in. We're waiting. What we're doing, we're not checking in. We're waiting for the diploma. You know, do us proud, go to school, get the diploma, and we don't realize our children are not equipped. They're not equipped to handle marriage. They're not equipped to handle the job. They're not equipped to handle the stress of being an adult. That is a hard job. Man, it's tough. And we're acting like, you know, sign up for the military, wear the uniform, it'll all be good. No, man, you're going to have to get on the battlefield. And that's every adult life. There is a battlefield in being married. There is a battlefield in raising a child. There is a battlefield in keeping a job and dealing with all the personalities that you have to keep a job. These are all very important. And again, we need to equip our children, but even more powerful than that, Peggy, is we need to have a relationship. And what I've noticed is every year, people are having less and less of a relationship with their child. It just drives me crazy.
All right. Why do you think this is? Why are we different from past generations?
Because
what has happened to us?
We have become complacent. We have counted, well, on one level, we've become lazy. We're looking for other people to do a job we ought to be doing with ourselves. We should be doing that job. We're looking for the school to parent. We're looking for this thing to parent, that thing to parent, this organization to parent, you know, this church to parent. And no, those children are only going to have two parents. They need to be you. And sadly, sometimes they don't even have two. And they have no one who knows them. And it is very powerful. Again, and this is very sad, parents, grandparents, if the child's 5 or 6 years old, boy, they know them. They know them. They have a relationship with them. They know what they like, what they drink, where they go, who they run with, you know, where they go swim, who they swim with, all that. But at 12, they don't have the same relationship. They've abdicated it. They've given it to other people. Their grandkids have said, don't bother me. Or their kids have said, don't bother me. And so they go, oh, okay. And no, it's your job to aggravate your kids. That's parenting is driving your kids crazy. That's good parenting, man. Get in the middle of it. Get in the middle of their lives. You know, kids are not supposed to be comfortable. You know, there's two things that you need for things to go wrong, Peggy. You need time and you need opportunity. You give a child time and you give a child opportunity, you might as well put prison behind that, because that's what happens. But in good parenting, oh no, I have allotted time. There's time when you're supposed to be home. There's time you're supposed to be in bed. There's time we're eating. It's scheduled. And there is a demand on you. And there's a demand on me. And we're going to step up and reach that, because there will be no more powerful and important a relationship than the relationships you have in family.
Yeah.
That's like why I love Dobson was saying how important it was to sit down and eat dinner together. What's he talking about? You know, we all got to sit at a table and eat food together? No.
But that's when things come out.
Yes.
When you're sitting around the table and your child will make an offhand comment. There are things that you hear.
Yes.
That you don't, it just happens.
Right. Peggy, I love that. You know what you call that? That's called parenting. That's called parenting. And so many people, no, I don't have time for that. Gotta go. Gotta get on the cell phone. The other day, I couldn't believe it, was sitting somewhere in a restaurant. People were all eating, and everyone, there must have been 12 people at the table, and none of them were talking to each other. They were all on the phone. I went, wow, there it is. They're all on the phone going, la, 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 la. And they're communicating. And if you ask them, if you gave them a test, you know, did you communicate with your family? Yeah, I was here. I showed up. You know, I filled my seat. Praise Jesus. No. Turn off the cell phone. I saw a thing where at one classroom, for the teacher to find the attendance of the child, she had developed a cell phone carrier area. And when you walked in, you took your cell phone and you put it in, and that's how you got counted present. But, see, then you couldn't use your cell phone the whole class. And she had your attention. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, wow, wouldn't it be awesome if you had that at home? You know, we, at the table, at all your tables, one thing we're going to make sure of, if we're going to sit at the table, no phones. And I want to know about your day. I forget the famous person who talked about every dinner their father would say, what have you done today? That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. What have you learned today? And so the child always had...
What went wrong today?
Right, yes. Because they're not going to lie to you if you have a relationship. But if you have no relationship, you know, hey, they don't really know me. They don't know really my reality. So I can feed them any kind of crud there is. And there they are. See, I can make my parents like mushroom. I'm going to feed them crud and keep them in the dark. That's what kids do. Because, man, if I do that, they're not going to hassle me. And they're going to give me two things I need. They're going to give me the opportunity, and they're going to give me the time. And, man, all you got to do is, get, like I say, give a kid time and opportunity. Man, they're going to... Trouble is easier to find in 2016 than it's ever been. If you're looking for trouble...
That's an amazing statement, and it's scary.
Yes, but that has happened, Peggy, because we've let it. Not because it has, we've let it. We've not put the barrier down and said, no more. We have no relationship with our children. We don't know what's going on with them. We have no relationship with the school. We don't know them. Okay. It would be a great test to go out and ask every parent out there, today, write down the names of your kid's teacher. I bet that would be a low grade. I bet lots of parents flunk because they wouldn't know the name of their kid. Now, here's a person who's running your child's life every day, 5 days a week. And goes to eat with them and everything, and you don't know their name? Whew.
So what you're saying is we need to get involved.
Yes.
But not in a way that you're constantly asking them, but just kind of a relationship that's there. And so you don't have to say, oh, what happened today? It's a more casual kind of thing that just happens.
And what you're really describing, Peggy, is a relationship. You know, we ought to be building relationships with our kids, building relationships with their teacher, building relationships, and quit being active. We're so big into joining and going and being I'm part of this and part of that, but I don't know anybody there. I know people. We go to the same church, and there are thousands of people there. And so if you don't watch it, you just become one of the minions. Yeah. Show up, praise Jesus, go to your car.
We have to be, what you're saying is we have to take time to develop relationships with our own families, and we've lost that. Now, we've got to go to a quick break because they're giving me signals. We'll be right back. Don't go away.